In this video, I'm going to share with you mainly my psychology behind how I passed step 1, step 2, $100,000 evaluation in 8 days. And then I'm gonna share with you the actual trades which I passed the evaluation with. So stick to the end because I'm gonna bring some huge value towards the end. I'm gonna share my strategy, exactly how that works. But mainly, listen to the psychology because the psychology, I believe, is everything. I didn't believe is everything, now I believe is everything because I changed my mindset and I shifted and I passed my evaluation in 8 days. So stick to the end. Welcome to the next video. In this video, I want to show you and explain how I passed my evaluation process of $100,000 account in 8 days. Yeah, in 8 days. Now, obviously I'm in a hammock on the beach. Beautiful here. I have a dog here, random dog. And I originally wanted to film this video at home, you know, when I make it nice and a little bit more professional. But I realized I want to make this video a little bit different to other videos. I'm not gonna be talking about the positions I took. I'm gonna show you to maybe somewhere around here on the screen. The main thing I want to tell you is the psychology behind how I became funded trader for $100,000 in 8 days basically. So I was thinking about it and my strategy didn't change. Strategy is the same. But number one thing I would say is I stopped worrying about purchasing another challenge. Now what I mean by that, many of you, including me, when you're starting trading or you're somewhat profitable or you are break even, you know, whatever it might be. I'm currently, I can say, slightly profitable. So what we tend to do is buy challenge and then risking small amounts. Let's say you buy 100k challenge like me, you risk 1/4%, 0.5%. Not many of you risking 1%. I didn't risk 1% because I was afraid that I'm gonna lose the challenge and I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Now this mindset is actually, I would say, number one what's stopping you to pass the challenge. I'm not talking about funded account. Funded account is a different story. You know, I'm not gonna be risking more than 0.5%, maybe 1% if I'm in profit on funded account. But if you're doing step 1, step 2 on evaluation, why would you risk such a small amount, 0.5%, 1/4%, and it will take you forever to pass the challenge? I'll tell you a story, right? I crashed, I think 2 or 3 challenges since November, since I blew my other funded account because I was already funded last year. And I began the same mindset as I get funded last year. I realized is why were I wasting my time with evaluation process when I'm not getting paid for the time? Am I recording still? Yes, I'm still recording. When I'm not getting paid. So when I look at that, I start my first trade when I bought it, I risk 3% or 3.5%. And guess what? I lost the trade. Well, it is what it is. It was, I believe it was AUD CAT. It was the trade which got me lost. Now the trade lost me. The second trade I took was USD CAT. Now when I saw USD CAT, I'll show you on the screen what happened when I actually took the trade. I saw it and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm in minus 3% or minus 3.5% in drawdown, right? If I lose and I do 2% or 2.5%, well, I still have 5% to work with, and I'm gonna risk maybe 1% per trade, right? So I saw the setup which I saw multiple times, and I was confident, 100% confident that it's gonna go in my way. That doesn't mean it will go my way. I was just confident, and that brings me to another point 2, which is confidence, but I'm gonna be talking about later in this video. So I saw the trade, I took it. The trade was 1 to 3 or almost 1 to 3, I think. So I got it all the way back plus profits. The next trade I took was, I can't remember what it was, I showed it someone on the screen. I took another 2%, and that it was almost 1 to 3. And I believe that's it, that's how I passed step 1 challenge. Now, let's not talk about the trade, let's talk about the confidence. The confidence you need to take, that's a step 2. When you see a setup, which you saw, I'm suspecting you're not a complete beginner. You haven't started to trade like yesterday. You've been trading for some time. How many times you see a setup and your gut feeling tell you that's the one, it's going to work out, and you have a really good feeling about it. Your technicals are right, you put your entry right, you put your stop loss right, TP set up, and everything, all the confluences go in your way, and you look at a trade and you have a good feeling about it, and then the trade works out, right? And how many times your confluence is going well, everything is set up, but just something is not right in your guts. Something is telling you, you know what, I'm not so sure about this trade. Like, it's just something is off, and then the trade doesn't work out. Because I'm a strong believer. Now, this is not some rah-rah bullshit, but I'm a strong believer. Your gut feeling is always right. When you look at the technicals, the fundamentals, and not the fundamentals, the technicals, I'm training for the technicals, and everything is right, but it just doesn't feel right. If you just don't take the trade, you will save yourself so much disappointment and hassle and losing trades. So when I saw the trade, the first one, AED CAD, even my technical was right, something was off. Something was telling me, you know what, I don't think this trade's not gonna work out, and it didn't. The next trade, I had a good feeling, even that the technicals, all the confluences, wasn't there completely. I was missing a few parts of my technicals, but it was still a good trade. I would say like B, maybe A setup, and it did work out. So not always the technicals winning over your gut feeling. So confidence, I believe, in trading is huge, massive thing. Now, I came to realization that when I get rid of my thoughts in my head, of my doubts, my contemplating, my thinking, is this the right trade? Is this, and all this stuff, and I just look at the technicals, see if my gut feeling is right. It sounds like a rah-rah, but trust me, it works. And it tells me yes. And I enter the trade and I walk off. That's it. And that's how I passed the first step and the second step. I passed the first step in about 5 days, and then the second step literally in 2 days, because you're supposed to do 5% from 100k. I made a 2%, the 5% in 2 days. Until Monday, exited on Wednesday afternoon or something like that. So it was like a little bit over 48 hours. Also, if something is not right in your life, whatever it might be, your relationship, you struggling with money, you have a problem at work, you have some sort of trouble in your life, it will affect your trading. And there's not many people in the world which they can separate that kind of feeling. It can be learned. I'm learning that process, that you can separate whatever's going on in your life. Like, I just went through a breakup just now, and I'm also sick right now. I'm taking antibiotics. I have like 3 different parasites or 4 different parasites in my stomach here in Chicago in Philippines, because I got infected from some food, whatever it might be, and I still passed the challenge. So I separated that thought, that feeling which bothering me, and I just focused on trading when I was entering or looking for the trade. And I swing trade. So when I enter the trade, I don't need to look at it pretty much at all. It either hit my TP or hit my stop loss, one or the other. I'm not scalping, I'm not day trading, I'm not glued to the screen all the time. I swing trade. I set the trade and I go by my way. I enjoy my day, like today. But I strongly believe it does take a time to build this kind of confidence, this kind of almost, I would say, delusional confidence, delusional. Just I have no other words. I want to say the word, but I can't remember the word. Just the confidence. It's delusional. It's like, this is gonna go my way. And if it doesn't, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'm simply gonna look for another trade, and that's it. If it doesn't go my way, I'm not gonna be too excited about that winning trade, because I know the next trade could be the losing trade as well. So it does take some time to develop this kind of mindset, which you can, by the way, use in anything in life later on. Trading is one of those businesses. It's still a business. It's an investment into your money. You can also do investment into relationship, like I did. You can also do investment into your work. You can also do investment into your hobby. Everything is investment in life. So if you take every trade as an investment and it's important, and it's not just like, oh, this look good enough, I might just enter and let's see if I lose my money or not. If you approach it with kind of mindset, you will most likely lose it, as I was losing for the past a year. I had a losing streak for the past year. And now I came to realization, when you have a delusional confidence and everything, your technical is in the right way, your gut feeling is right, and you say, this is gonna go my way, I'm going to win this trade, it usually does. As soon as you have a self-doubt, as soon as you start over-evaluating that trade, the technicals, you'll find it to enter or not enter. Always. The more you look at the charts, the more you lose, basically. I'm a strong believer of that. It takes me literally not even a minute to look at the chart and see if I like some sort of any pair, whatever it might be, USD, GBP, USD, gold, AUD, CAD, whatever it might be. I see it in less than a minute. Did I saw that in less than a minute when I was starting trading? Definitely not. When I was starting trading, it took me like good few hours before I did all my setups. It was exhausting, but I loved it, and that's why I stick to it. Now, I look at the charts in the morning, I see what I like, what I don't like, I disregard the rest. I set my trading pass for the week, and I go by my day. When I get a notification bell on my trading view, I look at it. If I got my entry signal, that's it, I enter. That's all there is. So I'm gonna hop on my screen now, show you the trades which I entered, and see for yourself, because you will see my strategy is very, very simple.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, mostly brothers. I don't really see any women on this channel, so welcome, brothers. On my screen. So first of all, I'm gonna show you AUD CAD, which failed me once. That was the first trade on a new step one, and then it failed me, and the second time it was actually profitable. So this was the first attempt. You can see here this one, it basically failed me. So I'm gonna show you why I entered. You can see inverted head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, boom, boom. So what I'm expecting to bounce from here and then continue all the way to this, potentially all the way up here to the resistance on a daily and weekly. It was a very, very strong weekly resistance. Let me go on a weekly chart. It bounced from here, bounced from here, bounced from here, slash through a little bit, bounce again, and then we already bounced from here once, twice, 3 times. So I was thinking it's gonna bounce from the weekly resistance, which actually did, but not on my first attempt. Along it second time here for 1 to 2.5, I basically waited for the structure to turn around in the structure on a 4 hour. So, well, actually no, sorry, that was on a 2 hour. So it slashed through the support on the daily, and then I saw this strong, let me get this trusted arrow. I saw this strong bullish engulfing 4 hour candlestick, which is a very, very strong indication that it's gonna turn around, it's gonna go in the bull's way. So then I look at on this one. So this is the 4 hour, this is on 2 hour, this engulfing. So I waited for another confirmation, and once I saw that the candlestick, this one, closed above these highs, making this chart now bullish on 2 hour, I entered the trade. Stop loss below that. I actually went to enter already down here, but I wasn't confident enough. Talking about confidence again, right? But it was nice trade, 1 to 2.5, and it got me basically to break even and a little bit more profit. Then I don't think I have the trade. Let me see, USD CAD, I believe. Yeah, this was the trade, the second trade on a step 1 evaluation, how I passed it. So this was 1 to 2 or 2.8, almost 1 to 3 actually. And what I saw when I look at the daily, I think it was a weekly. Let me go here. No, it was on a daily. Let me go on a daily. Yes, here. You can see we had a support. We had a support here, broke the support, then straight through it again. Now we use it as a resistance, straight through it. Resistance, resistance, used it as a support, broke the support. Actually I already entered here. I'm going too fast. Okay, so when it got all the way down here, when I saw this strong engulfing daily, then I look at the 4 hour. Even that the 4 hour still didn't break below these previous lows, because this is a high low, high high. So this could potentially be higher low and then go for higher high. But I saw how it's pushing, and then the daily engulfing candlesticks, very, very strong, aggressive. I was like, you know what, I saw this before, I think this is just gonna melt. Well, so it did. When I look at the, I believe it was a 2 hour, or yes, 2 hour. When I saw this candlestick again, this strong candlestick engulfed this candlestick, this candlestick, this candlestick, and halfway through this one, aggressive again, engulfing candlestick on 2 hour. I wait, I think this was a little bit late. Let me see. On a 1 hour, when did I actually exactly enter? Yeah, I waited for another confirmation, another engulfing 1 hour, then I entered the trade, and it was 1 to 2.3, or 1 to 2.8. It could be even more, 1 to 3, but you know what? I was pretty happy with the results, and I want to take my profits because he was a support, and you can see the price then turn around and went against me basically. So it was a nice trade. The next trade, which I actually hold since the last week, so today is a Thursday, I hold it since last Friday or last Thursday, was GBP USD, and I short this one as well. You can see nice head and shoulders. Let me go on a daily, and we obviously, you can see this beautiful head and shoulders, left head, right shoulder. We broke it. I mean, I already entered here, right? But if I go on a 4 hour, you can see we became bearish on a 4 hour because we broke below these previous lows, making this chart bearish. And even that, I was selling into the resistance. You can see it was a support, resistance. Even that I saw this one, I was like, you know what, this just looks like it's gonna pop as well, it's gonna melt. And it did. I think it was on a 2 hour or something, or 1 hour. Let me go on the 1 hour. No, there was a 2 hour. This candlestick, I saw this candlestick engulfed again. This candlesticks. I saw that and I entered the trade, and then it went. Actually, was thinking it might stop me out. It might turn around because it went a little bit up, and then it turned around and went completely in my way. So a little bit freaked out here, but it was all good. And basically, that's what passed me step 1 evaluation. Now the step 2 is, let's start with the bad one, because the first trade, again, I got wicked out, and my first trade was losing trade. For some reason, always the first trade on a new account, I have a losing one, and then I get everything back and make profit. So anyway, it is what it is. So Euro AUD, it was a very clean trade. You can see I had the support, the resistance actually here before. I had something like this, I believe, like this one. And then if you look at the 4 hour, you can see here, I'm gonna get rid of this one because it's in a way. When I saw how is this going, let me go here. I saw this engulfing 1 hour candlestick. It wasn't the best one. Again, I was talking about gut feeling and confidence. My gut feeling was telling me, maybe you should not take this trade. My technical told me, you should maybe take the trade. So you can see what happened here. It engulfed, and then I enter, and then it just stopped me out. And look what happened. Just literally wicked me out by, let me go here, 14 pips, which is quite a lot. So it's not really weak, it's, you know, almost going the wrong way. So I was thinking it's gonna continue down, and then look, it turned around. Look at this strong engulfing again on the 1 hour. Bearish as fuck, you can say. Engulfed and then just completely melt down. So I missed completely on this trade. So it is what it is. So this one was also big, I think quite big loss. I think I lost 2% or 2.5%. But then I did enter. Sorry, what I'm talking about, this was, sorry, there was still step 1. I'm going too fast in my mind. The only trade I took on a step 2 was AUD-JPY. This is the trade I only took, and this is the only trade I trade on a step 2 evaluation, and that's how I passed my challenge. Even when you look at this chart, this is obviously bullish. You can see high low, high high, high low, high high, and then, well, we were looking for some high low, right? It has to turn around. Also, if you look here, there is some resistance on the weekly. Not very clean, better to do it on daily. Again, daily is very, very bullish, you can see, but because of the resistance on the weekly, which weekly is always stronger than daily, obviously, the higher time frame, the stronger confirmation you get. So when I saw it bouncing from once, second time, now creating like a double top. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see here, go like this, high low, high high, high high, high low, high high, high low, high high. Then we broke this high low, making this chart bearish. But then we turn around, make high low, high high, and then we broke again with this strong engulfing 4 hour candlestick, making this chart bearish again. So I simply waited for a retest up here. There was exemplary trade, even there was a little bit higher risk, but I saw the high time frame being topping up. So you know what, I was like, this must be go, because it confirmed not only once we wanted to go down, but we had like a liquidity grab. Second time we confirmed that, so I was like, you know what, I think this is gonna go down, and it did. When I look on, I think I saw it, yes, on a 1 hour, you can see this again, strong engulfing on a 1 hour, and to the trade, that's it. Now, obviously not every time the engulfing candlestick is gonna work, but I would say 7 to 8 out of 10, it works. The candlestick is just magical thing. So you don't have to spend all this money on indicators and all this other bullshit. Just learn about candlesticks. I recommend you the Candlestick Bible. You can find it online for free. You can just read it. It gives you a lot insight about that. So this is how I passed the challenge, because it was 1 to 2.5. I risk I believe 2%. So you can see 1 to 2.5 almost, and I hit the 5K, and I closed the trade, and I went my buy day and then sailed into the sunset. By the way, if you like to learn how I trade and what trades I'm doing, I'm sharing it in my Telegram group. The link is down below this video. You can join. It's absolutely for free. I don't charge absolutely anything except your attention span. Also, if you like to get funded, link is down below in the description for Alpha Capital Group. You get 15% discount this month. I think next month is 20% with my discount code. So with other than that, enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later.